that the money pours in, we can get this done. With that said, I want to answer 2 questions, and then I'm going to let y'all go. With that said, I'm going to answer 2 questions, and then I'm going to let y'all go. You can subscribe to the podcast. Go to my Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook biography information. Go to the information up top, the bio information, and you can click on the podcast there. If you subscribe to the podcast, all 5 previous podcasts will be emailed to you. You will get all 5. Within 24 hours of subscribing to the podcast, you will get the links. They will be emailed to you using the email address that you use to subscribe to the podcast. You don't have to let me know you subscribed. I don't need to hear from you. You will hear from us. Within 24 hours of subscribing to the DrP.O.P.A podcast, you will start to get the links by way of email. 2 questions I want to answer from my supporters, because I only field questions from supporters. The first question is, when do you anticipate having the school ready? And the second question is, why have there been no renovations on the building in the 1 year since you purchased it? February the 7th of 2019 to February the 7th of 2020, March, April, May. So we've owned the school for 15 months as of May the 7th. No renovations yet. Why? Good question. Very good question, and I'm going to answer it. The reason there have been no renovations on the building, the reason there have been no renovations on the building, the reason there has been no renovations on the FDMG Academy campus 4 buildings, there's a 2-part answer. Part number 1, we have been investigating and fielding HVAC technicians, electricians, and plumbers, fire alarm and security companies, to make sure we get the best price, to make sure they can do the work, to make sure they can legally get the permit for the state of Delaware and the city of Wilmington, and to make sure they have expertise in doing commercial level work. That is a very tedious process. We have come across a lot of plumbers, but some of them don't have commercial experience. We have come across a lot of electricians, but some of them were not able to get their license in the state of Delaware or the city of Wilmington. We have come across a lot of HVAC people, but to be honest with you, some of their estimates were too expensive. We received estimates that were more expensive than the cost of the school itself. We received estimates that were more expensive than the cost of the school itself. Remember, we're operating on limited dollars. We're operating on limited dollars, so we have to find people who can work within our budget. We have to find people who are responsible and reliable, who are not trying to get over on us. This is your money, and I have to spend it wisely. This is your money, and I have to spend it wisely. We have to make sure they can get the materials. We have to make sure they can do the work. We have to make sure they're not running a scam on us. That in and of itself has been a very laborious process. Finding the right people in and of itself has been a very laborious process. With that being said, I believe we have now found a group of professionals who can get the job done. With that being said, I think we have now found a group of professionals who can get the job done. So what is the holdup now if you found the people, Dr. Umar, who can do the work? We've only had the school for a year. We've only had the school for a year. The other problem, or the other part of the answer as to why there have been no renovations on the school, relates to another suspicious reality that we're dealing with. And that is, we cannot find the original architectural blueprints for the campus. Let me say it again. Before you can do work, before you can do work on a commercial building, you have to have the contracts, the blueprints The drawings, you got to have them. They have to be registered with license and inspection. The electrician has to look them over to make sure they can understand it and do the work. The HVAC technicians have to look over the blueprints to make sure they can understand them and do the work. The plumber has to look over the blueprints, make sure they can understand it and do the work. We don't have the blueprints. The previous owner did not have the blueprints. Wilmington City License and Inspection has not found the blueprints. I don't understand this. The school was renovated from the ground up not more than 10 years ago. The school was built and remodeled from the ground up, a $15 million project, a $13 to $15 million project. The school is only 10 years old and we cannot find the architectural drawings. I got off the phone with an engineering firm the other day. They told me that they have the drawings for the large gymnasium inside the Frederick Douglass building, but they don't have drawings for any other part of the school. That means what? That means I'm going to have to contract another architect to redraw the drawings for the school, the blueprints, electricity, HVAC, and plumbing, so we can get the work done. The reason we haven't done anything the past 6 months is I was urged to be patient. Don't waste money, because those drawings are going to be expensive. I was urged to be patient by my team. Don't spend money. Let's see if we can find these drawings. And brothers and sisters, what I'm telling you now. Brothers and sisters, what I'm telling you now. They are not at City Hall. They're not there. Well, they could be. They're still looking, but they haven't found them yet. And the pandemic set us back. The pandemic set us back because there was a COVID outbreak at the Wilmington City Hall. I think they sent everybody home for a couple of days. Something happened with COVID, set us back. We're still waiting for Wilmington L&I to give us what they have. It's been 2 months. They still haven't given us what they have, but they've been very supportive of me. So I have nothing but positive things to say about Wilmington City License and Inspection. Hopefully they will give us what they have soon. Because if I contract a new architect and pay them this money, and then Wilmington License and Inspection comes back and says, here they go, we got them, I'm going to be upset. Because those drawings are very expensive, brothers and sisters. Those are the blueprints of your building. Those are the foundational blueprints of all the systems in the building. Why did you purchase a building without blueprints? Because we got a deal and a sale. That's why I purchased them without blueprints, and blueprints can always be redone. That's the answer to that silly question. But anyway, brothers and sisters, the question that's out there, and you guys could text me. I would like to know what y'all think. Donors only. If you're not a donor, I don't care what you think. For those who have a vested interest in this project, you can text me or email me. Do you think we should stay patient and wait until Wilmington City L&I shows us what they have? Or are we tired of waiting after 6 months? Well, just 2 months for Wilmington. We've been looking for the blueprints for almost a year. But only 2 months did we put in the request. 2 months ago did we put in the request with the License and Inspection Office in Wilmington City. Should we just wait and see what they got? Or should we say we tired of waiting, go get some new drawings, get your new architect, just take the money out of what we donate. Let's go ahead and get, what do y'all want to do? Because that's an important decision. We've waited 2 months. We've gotten nothing yet. We've been told that even if they have anything, it may not be what we need. But we still have not seen what they have. I don't know why it's taken so long. I don't know why it's taken so long, but they've been very supportive of me. So I have nothing but good things to say. It's been over 2 months. We still don't have what the city has. I don't know why. Do we continue to wait, or do we go ahead and contract another architect? I want to know what y'all think. Do we continue to wait, or do we go ahead? This is only for my donors. If you're not a donor, I'm not talking to you. Okay. Okay. The pro is what? We wait. If they have them, we good. If they don't have them, at least we didn't waste no extra money, but we are wasting time. Okay. But we are wasting time. On the other hand, you get a new architect on it. You get some up-to-date drawings. You know, whatever date the architect tells you they'll have the drawings ready, you can have your plumber ready, your electrician ready, your HVAC ready, and get the damn work done. Because we want to get it done before it get cold. So, because I want to have Kwanzaa at the school. Kwanzaa 2020, I want it at the school. Kwanzaa 2020, I want it at the school. Kwanzaa 2020, I want it at the school. So you can text me or email me. You can Instagram inbox me. You can Facebook Messenger me. Facebook Messenger, Instagram inbox, text, email. Donors only. I don't want to hear from you if you don't donate to the school. Donors only. Do y'all want to spend money on new drawings, or do we want to wait and see what the city has? Do y'all want to spend new money on some new drawings, or do we want to be patient and wait to see what the city has? With that being said, when do we plan to open up the school doors? I don't know. I will never give another date for that. I will never give another date for the opening of the school, because something always comes up, right? Now we got this blueprint issue. Can't find the blueprints to a school that is only 10 years old. I don't understand it. But the good news is what? As soon as we get the blueprints, we're going to get that electricity done, that plumbing done, and then we're going to get that HVAC done. So I'm still optimistic. I believe that by November the 1st, we can be in the school. Being in the school versus opening the school for our children are two different things. Being in the school versus opening the school for our children are two different things, but we pushing forward. But today was just an announcement to say thank you to all of you for the past 6 years of donating. And please don't let me forget my brothers and sisters in Africa who donate. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I get dozens of donations from Africa. I get dozens of donations from Africa. I want to give a shout out to my brothers and sisters in Europe. I get a lot of donations from England. Shout out to the UK. Paris, Austria, Germany, donations from Canada, donations from Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, Haiti, okay, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Puerto Rico. I get donations from Central and South America. This is the first school that I know of. This is the first school that I know of since the Honorable Marcus Garvey 100 years ago that was built with the donations of the entire global African family. We have already made history. This is the first school that I know of since Garvey that was built with no money outside of the African race. In every country where Africans live in the world, every continent has donated to this. So again, we need somebody to cut the grass at the school, pick up some trash, and that could be a regular contract. We can make that a regular contract through the next 5 months. If anybody want a contract, let's set up how much are you charging to keep the grass cut through the summer. We can pay you through the Cash App or check. Cash App or check. We cannot use cash. It must be Cash App or check. I'm not going to get into any conscious conversation. That's for the podcast. That's for the podcast. But I tell you what I will do. I'm going to take a few minutes and I'm going to take a couple of live questions. So go ahead and tap in on my Instagram. Go ahead and tap in. We got a donation from Brother Emmanuel from Jersey City. Thank you. We got a donation from Sister Yuri out of Brooklyn, or Brother Yuri out of Brooklyn. Thank you. Donation from Travis out of New York. Thank you. Deanna from Pittsburgh. Thank you. From the Immortal Lawyers of Covington, Georgia. Thank you. From Sonia, Cleveland. Thank you. Deanna from Pittsburgh. Thank you. Brother F.R. Telfer from Brooklyn. Thank you. New York City is all up in these donations today. Sister Michelle from Maryland. Thank you. Wilson from Pelham, New York. Thank you. Another donation from Wilmington, Delaware. Thank you. Battle Creek, Michigan. Thank you. Mrs. James from Fort Worth, Texas. Thank you. Sister Catherine from Alabama. Thank you. Brother Melvin from D.C. Thank you. Sister Deanna from Pittsburgh. 3 donations in a row. That's what you call dedication. Sister Deanna from Pittsburgh, three donations in a row. Thank you. We got a donation from Apoca, Florida. Thank you. Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you. Armel from Chicago. Thank you. Virginia from Bronx. Thank you. Emmanuel from Jersey City. Another donation. Thank you. Deanna, 4 donations from Pittsburgh. Sharice, Gwen Oak, Maryland. Thank you. Davis, California. Thank you. Brother Miles from Louisiana. Thank you. Battle Creek, Michigan. Thank you. Another Lawyers. Thank you. Deanna, 5 donations to Deanna. Thank you. Another anonymous donation. Thank you. Sister Kathy, Chicago. Thank you. Brother Bernard Muhammad from Chicago. Thank you, Brother Bernard Muhammad. Shout out to my Nation of Islam brothers and sisters. Apoca, Florida. Thank you. Edgemore, South Carolina. Thank you. By the way, the June 6th Pittsburgh training and the June 27th Minneapolis training will be rescheduled. The June 6th Pittsburgh training and the June 27th Minneapolis training will be rescheduled. Dr. Umar will be doing a Zoom Black Parent Boot Camp by way of Zoom live stream. It will be done in June. I'm going to split it 6 hours and 6 hours. We're going to do 2 6-hour trainings on the internet by way of Zoom. 2 6-hour trainings on the internet by way of Zoom. Any black parents out there, any black activists who want to get the Black Parent Boot Camp training, you will be able to get it from your home by way of Zoom. The registration is coming soon. It's open to anybody. The registration will still be $50. When you register, make sure you send me your mailing address. I will postal mail you your training packet. I will postal mail you your training packet. I will postal mail you your training packet. Okay? It will not be emailed. It will be postal mailed. You will have it in your hand before the June training. So after you register, and I will let you pay on PayPal or Cash App. You could go to my website and pay on PayPal, or you can go to the Cash App and register. $55, $50 for the training, $5 for the paperwork mailing. $50 for the training, $5 for the paperwork mailing. $50 for the training, $5 for the paperwork mailing. Okay? $55 will be the registration fee. You will have your training packet mailed to you. It will be mailed to you. You will be given a password by way of Zoom the night before the training, and you will sign into Zoom, and we will do 2 6-hour trainings, and we will take small 15-minute breaks during both 6-hour days. I think we're going to do a Saturday and a Sunday. We're going to do a Saturday and a Sunday, and I think we're going to get started early, like 6 a.m. to noon. We're going to get started early so we don't block up your entire day, because a lot of us are coming out of quarantine. People got to go back to work. So there will be a Black Parent Boot Camp by live stream. Black Parent Boot Camp by live stream. 2 6-hour trainings. $ FDMG School is the Cash App. Brother Darwin from Pittsburgh. I got another Pittsburghian. Brother Darwin out of Pittsburgh. And Brother Darwin. So we got 2 different Pittsburgh donors making multiple donations. 2 different Pittsburgh donors making multiple donations. Let me tap in for a few questions. Instagram, go ahead. We are now a tax-exempt organization. We don't have to give no more of your money to pay taxes after this year. We still have to pay the current tax bill. We still have to pay the current tax bill. We still have to pay the current tax bill, but we won't have to pay it anymore. Thank God. Let's see who tapping in. Let's see who tapping in.